The atoms in your left hand come from different stars than atoms in your right hand. So each and every one of your atoms, you take a pair of your atoms in your hand, you'll find that no two atoms in your hand come from the same star. And that's because we share ancestors with stars out there that have exploded billions of years ago. Some of them have lived for maybe a few million years, explode the elements inside of them that are made by the nuclear fusion, then make their way out into space, light years out. Those clouds condense, they collapse back again into stars, and the generations continue. So, in a way, we are stardust. We're stuff from stars. And so, what this does is it makes you feel like you're connected to the world, right? To the universe around you. We're deeply connected to the universe. And that's what science can do. Science can make you aware of these connections, these very deep connections, even spiritual connections between us and the universe around us. Another example is the fact that, evolutionarily speaking, we all share a very similar common ancestor. And if you go far back enough, you'll find that we're all family. And that's another way to kind of bring some unity to the table here. The point I'm trying to make here is that, look, we have to stand behind this. People have to stand behind something. Often, and this doesn't just go for politics and stuff, but also for anything you're doing in your life. You need to stand behind something. I've talked to many theists, and people are hungry for some kind of way of thinking about the world, right? They're looking for something out there that they can grasp onto, they can follow, and religion is very human. It's very human to be traditional in your thinking and want to repeat patterns and repeat traditions. That's just what we do. We love traditions as people. So look, when people leave religion, a very fundamental thing for them, they feel like they're lost. They feel like there's nothing there to stand on. And that's where this new scientific perspective should come in. When people think of science, they think of boring, just, word matching on a test at school. People think it's boring. People think there's nothing there. It's just emptiness. There's no purpose if you believe that there's no God or something like that. No, you can derive great meaning and purpose from a scientific perspective. So we need more people out there that are actually understanding this and advocating for this kind of scientific thinking, this cosmic perspective. We lack that so much. And when I think of great people like Carl Sagan, what they tried to do was make that connection, try to marry the two, science and spirituality in a way, because there is this deep feeling of reverence that I get when I look at the universe, when I learn about the world around me. There's something that I see that is deprived in this kind of religious perspective, right? But it's full of it here in a scientific perspective. So the point is that that same feeling of connectedness, of reverence for the universe, you can get from religion, you can get from science. It's just that it takes a little bit more of understanding, a little bit more effort to grasp many of the issues, many of the topics in science, rather than just saying, oh yeah, God made it, therefore everything's good because God did it, right? It takes a little bit more thinking, but that's good, right? In science, you want it disciplines your mind into thinking more critically about the world. So again, people need to find a better way to get behind a kind of scientific perspective that can be properly articulated and adopted very easily. We shouldn't be afraid of doing this. We shouldn't be afraid of getting behind some kind of notion like this. Especially atheists. People respond better when you talk about something like that, right? When you talk about a A narrative. When you have a narrative, when you have a story, people listen more. So now how this ties in with, politics is we lack a story on the left. What's our story? On the right, it's, we got to be protected. We got to, build a border wall. We have to, protect our guns, protect our kids from all the bad people, the LBGDs, right? That's the narrative on the right, and it's working for them. Why? Because it's simple and it's relatable. If you're uneducated, it's relatable to you. But on the left, what's our narrative? It's fuzzy. It's cloudy. I don't know. Where is it? What is it? So just imagine if we had a story like the people on the right that can really relate to everybody. That would be something to change the game for us. Look, because I didn't expect Trump to win. Okay, most people did not expect Trump to win. But what that did is illuminate an underlying issue. I didn't expect so many people to be just lost out there. I didn't expect that. I wasn't aware of how lost people were. Okay, until the election, I didn't understand. I thought more people would see through the ridiculousness of Trump and all that stuff, but they didn't. So look, we have to. But look, people are saying that Trump has won a landslide. He didn't win a landslide. Trump barely won, and it was very close. It's not like we're so far behind or anything like that at all. No, in fact, I still think that most people disagree with Trump. It's just that a lot of nuances have to be taken into account. Like, a lot of people that are Democrat didn't vote because of the Gaza thing. So all these factors you have to take into consideration. And of course, the Trumpers will not. So they think that they're on top of the world right now. But things will swing the other way again very shortly. But look, I think that we severely lack people on the left, political debaters, any kind of debater on the left that advocates for leftist ideas. We lack that kind of person. We lack that kind of narrative. We lack that. We're always on the defense, defending for ourselves from attacks from the right, but we never attack the other side. We never can drive home a message that gets across to the other side. In fact, most of the time when I scroll through TikTok or through lives, what I see leftist political debaters do is they're always just name calling the other side, demonizing Trump voters, calling them grapes, grape supporters, or Hitler, all these derogatory names, accusing them of racism all the time. That's not the right way to attack. That's not when you belittle somebody that you're trying to get on your side, they're never going to get to your side, right? So we need leftist debaters who are not very abrasive. They are welcoming, and they can articulate their ideas well and drive home a message along with that. We lack that. So come on, let's face it. We lack it on the left, 100%. And we need more of that. I can't think of a single political debater on the left that can do this sufficiently. We have to kind of befriend Trumpers, right? That's how you get them to your side. You befriend them. You don't treat them like trash. You treat them like friends. And I know a lot of people on the left don't like it. They like to just put a wall and say, nope, they're bad. I will not talk to you anymore because if you vote for Trump. We can't do. The more people that do that, the worse. Okay, that's not the solution here. The solution is to befriend them, talk to them more, treat them with kindness. I know it's counterintuitive because people on the right are never kind. They're the most toxic people you ever met. But in order to attract more people to our side, we definitely need to be less finger pointing and name calling and derogatory and saying that if you vote for Trump you're racist, or if you vote for Trump you're sexist, or that's not, sure, that's the case sometimes, but not all the time, right? So we can't just blanket everybody in this kind of these kinds of things. So again, we need to come up with some kind of narrative or story or on the left that can really make people think and really make people go, wait a minute, they're right? Let me get on their side. That's something we need on the left there. Now, of course, we're not gonna. This isn't a, solution for everybody on the planet. There's always going to be some people who, no matter how kind you are to them, no matter how logical or consistent you are with them, they're just going to say, no, you're wrong, and be toxic. That's of course never going to be fixed. But we don't need everybody to come to the left. And there should be left and right. But I think that it doesn't take much to make people understand that the left side is correct. It doesn't take much to shift over. I'm tired of all this political talk. In terms of me debating again, look, I deep down, I want to debate, and I want to be somebody who's an advocate for great ideals. But it's just that I don't feel like I am perfectly, or not perfectly, but I don't feel like I'm sufficiently in the right position in my life right now where I can spend hours and hours debating. I don't have that kind of time. I have serious issues that I need to get rid of and fix in my personal life that I can't spend hours and hours debating. However, I do at one point want to get back to it. And when I get back to it, I want to be a very good advocate. I want to be somebody who everybody looks up to. I do want to be that kind of person. It's just that right now it's just not a good time for me to come back to debating. But of course, I will still post videos. I will still post things here and there. But I'm focused on other things right now. Yeah, I want to be somebody who both sides look at as somebody who is respectable, at least, and somebody who doesn't just demonize the other side immediately, but somebody who actually listens and can properly analyze what the other side's saying and correct them and fact check them, and that's what everybody should be doing. And I've matured over these past 3, 4, 5 years. I've matured greatly in my style of debating and my rhetoric and my understanding of the world. I'm always learning. Look, everybody here is learning. Everybody's learning, including me, and I feel very, very grateful that I'm in the position I am. I'm a very content person. I'm a very, very happy person. And I feel like it just feels like, because I have a scientific understanding of the world, I see the world more clearly than most people. I just see things very clearly. Whereas I just see so many people out there just confused and lost, and unbeknownst to themselves, they're lost. But the point is that there's so much that we can do to help people think more critically in this world, and that's all we need. That's really all I'm asking for in my life, for people to greatly enhance their way of thinking, because it enhances our way of life. It enhances everything about my life. And when I understand, every time I learn something about the world, my life gets better in some way. It enhances in some way, either physically or spiritually, emotionally. I feel more connectedness to the world around me. I feel more reverence, and the world is awe-inspiring to be in. To understand our place in the universe, it's incredible. To understand that we are star stuff, it's incredible. It makes me just want to scream, we're alive, man. We're alive. We're here. We're thinking. I mean, just think about our place in the cosmos. This little blip in space and time. That's all we get. But look at how incredible it is. That's how I see the world every day. So I just wish more people could see things the way I do. That's all. But the way we're going to do that is not to be demonizing the other side, but it's to be kind and caring and considerate, but also critical when needed. We just need a bit more balance in that regard. So yeah, thank you for listening. Appreciate you guys and all your support. But we'll be back soon for more videos. Stay tuned.